LGBTQ 1 Minute News, let's queer up trans rights. Trans women sent to danger in defiance of court order. DOJ calls it inadvertent. The Trump administration has admitted wrongdoing after deporting Mexican trans woman Britania Uriostegui Rios in defiance of a judge's order finding she'd likely face torture at home. Despite that ruling, attorneys say she was secretly moved on November 11 and bused to Mexico. A DOJ lawyer later wrote, quote, "ICE confirmed that your client was removed to Mexico inadvertently," unquote, adding that officials would allow her to re-enter voluntarily. Advocates warn she's still unsafe as DHS seeks third country resettlement. Talking about the gravity of the mistake, ACLU attorney Nora Ahmed said, quote, "There can be no excuse for that. How can you oops if someone dies," unquote. There are a lot of moving parts to this. Somebody had to get the transportation. Someone had to get her there. Someone had to drive her there. Someone had to get the paperwork. This is not an advertent. Somebody had to plan this and get it done because you're in an institution where somebody made a decision.
Exactly. You know, there was a media outlet that, or more than one media outlet has reported that there over 100 judges have issued about 200 rulings on ICE cases that have just been ignored. You know, and this is the Department of Injustice and Lawlessness at this point. You know, they have no respect for the rule of law. They have no respect for listening to what the courts are telling them. They're just going willy-nilly. The one concern I have, other than ICE and the Department of Justice, I'm sure there are serious issues about being deported back to a different country as a trans person. I do worry when American media outlets and American can make claims that Mexico is very dangerous. There's not as much evidence of that, but I don't know this individual's exact circumstances. I just always hesitate when we say a foreign country is very dangerous. I'm like, is it, or are we just being bigots again, you know?
And, you know, they were planning on finding a third country for her, so there was something in the process, and they just threw a big wrench into it.
Well, yeah, because this administration, this regime doesn't care. Remember that, and that is an LGBTQ 1 Minute News story. There is no other queer nonprofit media platform like this in the entire world. Support our LGBTQ stories by sharing them and subscribing to Queer News Tonight.